Danger Ali Gator with
Hello.
Chris Young.
How's it going?
Hey man, welcome to Pittsburgh.
Good to be back. We were just going through the timeline right before I was here because she was like, I think you were here at the ballpark like last year. I was like, well, last year's when I was here and had Kane and I think Lanco.
Yep. You played the Peterson Event Center.
And then I think 2 years ago was the ballpark, but I think before that was Cassidy.
Yes.
So yeah, I like coming through here.
It's usually in winter because the show 3 years ago with Cassidy Pope, it got delayed because you were stuck on the turnpike in a snowstorm.
Yes, and luckily, at least my buses, our truck driver called back to us, so we jumped off at like a rest area. Cassie was actually stuck on the interstate.
Yeah.
So that was painful. It was like almost 2 days.
I think I read online when you were stuck on the interstate for a minute, you actually thought about eating some of your band members to survive.
No, 'cause, I mean, we were off the interstate, but I will say this, as we started going through it, there was like a little, in the rest area, there's a little restaurant. And like the first day, everybody's in a good mood. And then like day two, they all are the same people that were there the first day. And they've like started crossing things off the menu with pen. By day three, she's just like, does anyone have a Xanax? Like, you know, it was definitely a lot for them. But it was one of those things. We are going to have that problem this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Total
you'll be here in
different weather this
August.
time.
Yeah. If it's snowing in August, I give up.
You never know in Pittsburgh.
I know.
Honestly.
I mean, that's like if
You
it's
never
snowing
know.
here in August, I'm just gonna be like, maybe it is me. Maybe that's why.
We're excited to have you as part of the mega ticket lineup. I mean, we got 7 shows: Florida Georgia Line, Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean, Thomas Rhett, Rascal Flatts, Dirk Bentley, and you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome. Then, I mean, I think we started working on tour design and stuff in September, so it's going to be completely different from anything anybody's seen from me before, and way over the top, and throwing in some new music in there too with Raised on Country, obviously hitting you guys with that, but finishing up the record right now too. So there's going to be a whole lot of new stuff coming this year.
And we'll talk about your new song in a second, but I want to go back to, I think a couple years ago we were talking backstage about how, you started, 10 years ago, and now you can do a whole show of nothing but hit songs.
13.
Isn't that 13 years
Yeah.
ago? Holy.
Yeah.
That's fast.
You guys have kept me around that long.
Yeah.
But that means a lot to you, right? When your whole set, everybody knows the songs.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty crazy. You start looking at, when I got started going, oh, well, I've got like one song that's 37 on the chart. I'll play that at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the show. And now it's finding out what you want to take out and like what you want to actually make room for in a set. And it's just pretty wild to even think about that, and way too much fun. So I'm not complaining in the least.
Well, Danger said we were going to talk your new album coming up, but the new song is so fun, Raised on Country, which we are playing already on Froggy.
I actually wrote that last February. I wrote that while I was out on the road with the two guys, Corey Crowder, who's my co-producer, and Kerry Barlow, who's the guy that's actually playing the guitar part. And we did that on the back of a bus. And he was like, aren't you going to have somebody like replay this? Like, you want to like take it to Nashville, the studio? I'm like, no, dude, sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, why would we move anything? Like, it sounds great. So just really pumped about this one. I mean, it's just a straight up country anthem. I mean, that's all this song is, and I love it. It's very me as well. So it's something that I've been sitting on for a long time, and I'm very happy that it is now out where people can listen to it and get it.
I'm trying to recall some of the lyrics to it. I think your youth, it sounds like George Strait singing.
Yeah.
Was that one of the lines?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask about Joe Diffie. When you name drop somebody like that, do you have to get their permission?
No, but he actually did text me. So like Joe Diffie was one of the guys that reached out. He was like, "Thanks, man."
You got his blessing.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I got the approval.
He's had a resurgence though, and that's cool. How new artists like you, that's been around 13 years, still a new artist.
Yeah.
But like when Thomas Rhett did the Joe Diffie song or 1994 that Jason Aldean released,
yeah.
all of a sudden Joe Diffie's out. I think those artists from the 90s appreciate the love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I'm not just name dropping people from the 90s on that song either.
No, you're not.
True.
No, you're not.
I was going to say.
That's true.
Hank.
Yeah, there's quite a few references in there, and it's really not even so much about the name drop as it is just those are the people I grew up listening to. and that's very why. As much as I said like this song is a lot of fun and it's an anthem, it's also very much who I am as an artist, and it's cool to be able to do that because that's not what everybody always gets from me sonically or topically, and it just really came together in a cool way. I mean, we had that demo kind of sketched out by that night and played it for some of the guys in my band, and they were like, can we play this right now?
Yeah.
So it's like I said, it's really fun being able to get to it, and everybody's response on it so far has been awesome.
Yeah. It's a good one to sing back.
He's Chris Young. You'll be hearing his new song "Raised on Country" on Froggy, but all summer long at all your shows too.
Hey man, you're mouth to God's ears. So.
I know you're a football fan. I actually remember one of the first times I met you, we were talking about fantasy football, I think at the CMA Awards one year. And the Steelers had a horrible, horrible year this year. If you were the Roonies or the coach of the Steelers, what would you do with people like Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown? Any opinion from Chris Young?
Being a Cowboys fan, I'm going to keep my opinion to myself because I'm not dumb enough to fall for that one. I have a lot of friends who are huge Steeler fans. Actually, one person in particular that's in my fantasy football league that I'm the commissioner of, she actually won last year and this year did not. And she is furious at both of those players.
Right.
So, and it's always complicated too, man. I mean, I think in any team, the one thing I can say is you always expect your wide receiver, your number one wide receiver to have some ego. I mean, there's that. It comes a lot with that position. I mean, you look historically, there's very few guys that were that prolific level of receiver and didn't. I mean, maybe Jerry Rice,
Larry Fitz.
Fitzgerald.
Yep.
I mean, Antonio Brown led the league in touchdown dances this year.
Something right there.
That's a stat.
He had 15
Yeah, there's that. But anyway, without getting myself in trouble,
You're smart.
I don't know what they should do.
Yeah.
I don't know because it seems at this point like both sides have kind of entrenched themselves, and it's kind of crazy because you'd think 2 years ago everybody was talking about if you named the best quarterback, wide receiver, running back trio in the league, it was probably going to be the Steelers.
And we still could be, but our running back didn't show up for any of the games this year, and then Antonio Brown didn't show up for the last one, so we're in a little bit of trouble right now. We got Juju.
We do have Juju. We'll know more in August when we see you again.
Yeah.
We'll bring this back up.
That's my tip for your fantasy football league: draft Juju.
Yeah.
No, again, so I just what I've heard, like, we'll see what happens.
All right. He is really
He's
not wanting to get in on this one.
smart.
We're not roping.
I don't
him.
know, man. It's just such an unknown situation. I don't know that I've seen a team have that much. Like, I mean, what's going on with Ben?
Yeah, I don't know. The Steelers have never had turmoil like this, as far as I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's been a strange year.
Pretty strange year for you guys.
Chris Young's in the studio. His new song is called "Raised on Country." And you said the new album's being worked on. When is it going to be out?
I don't know. It will definitely be this year. Obviously, it will be sooner rather than later. It's not going to be like a winter release, but it's really. I've got about 80% of it tracked, if not finalized. So looking for a couple more songs, but feel really, really good about it. Have a lot of very diverse stuff. Like I said, topically, there's a lot of stuff that I land on this record that I haven't really either written or sung before. So it's going to be a really, really cool record for everybody to dig into as a whole. And then also, sonically, everything kind of leans the direction of this song.